You think you know tennis? You've been watching Wimbledon since you were a kid, huh? Well, listen up because I guarantee you haven't heard it all. Did you know that the shortest Grand Slam final in history lasted only 34 minutes? Or that the fastest tennis serve ever recorded was a staggering 263.4 kilometers per hour? That's faster than some cars on the highway. In today's video, we bring you the most fascinating and mind-blowing facts about tennis that even die-hard fans might not know. We're talking obscure rules, unbelievable records, and stories that'll make you say, "You cannot be serious." Get ready to impress your friends with your newfound tennis knowledge. This is the good stuff, folks, the kind of trivia that'll make you the most interesting person at your next cocktail party. So sit back, relax, and get ready to have your mind blown by these amazing tennis facts. Okay, let's talk about short and sweet. I'm talking about the shortest Grand Slam final in history, clocking in at a blistering 34 minutes. Can you believe that? That's barely enough time to warm up. We're talking about the 1988 French Open final, where Steffi Graf, a legend in her own right, absolutely demolished Natasha Zvereva. I mean, we're talking a 6-0, 6-0 beatdown. That's a double bagel, folks. Zvereva was no slouch either, but Graf was on another level that day. She was playing lights out, hitting winners from every corner of the court. Graf was in complete control, dictating every point. Now let's talk about another tennis prodigy, Martina Hingis. This kid, and I say kid because she was only 16 years old, became the youngest world number one in history back in 1997. 16 years old? Can you imagine that? Most kids that age are worried about prom dates and driver's licenses. Hingis was out there conquering the tennis world. She had this incredible court sense, this ability to anticipate her opponent's every move. It was like she could see the future out there. And her shot-making ability was off the charts. She could hit any shot in the book and she could hit it with precision. But it wasn't just her talent that made her so great. She was dedicated to her craft, and it showed. Okay, let's talk about something a little different now. Let's talk about noise. Specifically Maria Sharapova's on-court grunting. Now I know some people found it annoying, but you know what? I kinda liked it. It added to the drama. And let me tell you, that was some serious grunting. We're talking 101 decibels, officially recorded. That's louder than a motorcycle, a lawnmower, even a small plane landing. I mean, you could hear her grunts from the cheap seats. She won 5 Grand Slam titles, so she must have been doing something right. Chapter 4, Arthur Ashe, a champion on and off the court. Now let's talk about a true legend of the game, Arthur Ashe. He wasn't just a great tennis player, he was a pioneer, an activist, and an inspiration to millions. In 1968, Ashe became the first African-American to win the US Open. It was a historic moment, not just for tennis, but for America. He broke down barriers and paved the way for generations of African-American tennis players to come. But Ashe's impact extended far beyond the tennis court. He was a vocal advocate for social justice and equality. He spoke out against racism, apartheid, and HIV/AIDS. He used his platform to make a difference in the world, and he did it with grace and dignity. Arthur Ashe was a true champion, both on and off the court. Chapter 5, The Grand Slams, a History Lesson. Okay, let's talk about the Grand Slams, the 4 most prestigious tournaments in tennis. We've got the Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. Each one is unique, each one is a challenge, and each one is a coveted title. Now, the oldest of the bunch is Wimbledon, which dates all the way back to 1877. That's right, 1877. Back then, they were playing on grass courts with wooden rackets. Then came the US Open in 1881, followed by the French Open in 1891, and finally the Australian Open in 1905. Together, they formed the Grand Slam, the pinnacle of achievement in tennis. Winning one Grand Slam is an incredible accomplishment. Chapter 6, The Career, Grand Slam, the Mark of a True Champion. So, we were talking about the Grand Slams, those 4 tournaments that separate the good from the great, and there's one achievement in tennis that truly puts you in a league of your own. The Career Grand Slam. It means winning all 4 majors, the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open, at any point in your career. It's a testament to your versatility, your adaptability, and your ability to conquer any surface, any opponent, any challenge that comes your way. Think about it. You gotta be good on clay, grass, and hard courts. You gotta be able to handle the heat of Australia, the pressure of Wimbledon, the craziness of New York. It takes a special kind of player to pull it off. it's still an incredible achievement, a testament to your dominance over a period of time. Alright, let's talk about endurance, about grit, about sheer willpower. I'm talking about the longest tennis match in history, a marathon battle that lasted a mind-boggling 11 hours and 5 minutes. It went down at Wimbledon in 2010, a first-round match between John Isner and Nicolas Mahut. These guys were like gladiators, battling it out on that grass court for 3 days straight. The final score? 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-7, 6-3, 70-68 for Isner. That's right, 70-68 in the fifth set. They played a total of 183 games, with Isner serving a record-breaking 113 aces. But these guys just kept going, point after point, game after game, hour after hour. And in the end, it was John Isner who emerged victorious, collapsing to the ground in exhaustion and relief. Alright, let's talk about something a little less glamorous now. Let's talk about injuries, specifically tennis elbow. This is a common issue that many players face, regardless of their skill level or experience. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tennis elbow? That's what happens to old guys who play on the weekends, right? Well, not exactly. Wrong. Tennis elbow can happen to anyone who plays tennis, from beginners to seasoned pros. It's not just limited to the older generation or casual players. It's an inflammation of the tendons that connect your forearm muscles to your elbow, and it can be a real pain in the, well, elbow. This condition can severely impact your ability to play and enjoy the game. So, what causes tennis elbow? It's not just one thing, but a combination of factors. Well, it's often caused by overuse, especially if you're using improper technique. Repetitive motions can strain the tendons, leading to inflammation and pain. Gripping the racket too tightly, hitting the ball off center, and using too much wrist can all contribute to tennis elbow. These small mistakes can add up over time, and using too much wrist can all contribute to tennis elbow. It's important to be mindful of your technique to avoid these issues. Make sure you're using proper technique, and consider getting a coach to help you refine your skills. Warm up properly before you play, with stretches and light exercises to prepare your muscles and tendons. And listen to your body. If you start to feel any pain, stop playing and rest. Ignoring the pain can lead to more serious injuries. If you start to feel any pain, stop playing and rest. Early intervention can prevent the condition from worsening, and if you do develop tennis elbow, don't despair. There are treatments available, from rest and ice to physical therapy. These treatments can help you recover and get back on the court, and even surgery in severe cases. So, take care of your elbows, and keep enjoying the game you love. Okay, let's talk about rules. Yes, I know rules can sometimes be a bit of a snooze fest, but stick with me here. Now, I know rules aren't always the most exciting thing to talk about, but in tennis, they're crucial. They form the backbone of the game, ensuring that everything runs smoothly and fairly. They keep the game fair, they prevent chaos, and they sometimes lead to some pretty funny moments. Imagine the chaos without them. Like that time when a ball boy ran onto the court during a point and tripped over the net. It was hilarious and a bit embarrassing, but it's all part of the game. Or when a player accidentally hit the umpire with their racket. Hey, it happens! These moments remind us that everyone on the court is human. But seriously, there are a few rules in tennis that often trip people up. Even seasoned players sometimes get confused. For example, did you know that if an extra ball enters the court during a point, the point has to be replayed? It's a rule that can change the course of a match. It's called a let, and it can be a real momentum killer. Just when you think you've got the upper hand, the game resets. And here's another one. If a player catches the ball or it hits any part of their body before it bounces, they lose the point. It's a rule that's often overlooked but can be a game changer. It doesn't matter if the ball was going out or if they were trying to be sneaky, the rule is clear and strict. A body shot is a body shot, no exceptions. Tennis is a lot more fun when you know the rules. Understanding them not only helps you play better but also makes watching the game more enjoyable. So next time you're on the court or in the stands, remember these rules and enjoy the game even more. Alright, I've got a few more tennis facts up my sleeve that I just gotta share. Whether you're a seasoned player or just a fan of the game, these tidbits are sure to surprise and entertain you. These are the kind of facts that'll make you the life of the party, the king or queen of trivia night. Imagine dropping these gems at your next social gathering and watching everyone's jaws drop. Did you know that Don Budge is the only male player in history to win 6 consecutive Grand Slam singles titles? That's right, 6 in a row. He did it from Wimbledon 1937 to the US Open 1938, Talk about dominance. His incredible streak is a testament to his skill and determination. And speaking of dominance, let's talk about serve speed. The serve is one of the most powerful weapons in a tennis player's arsenal. The fastest serve ever recorded in men's tennis was a blistering 263.44 kilometers per hour, or 163.7 miles per hour, by Australian Sam Groth. Can you imagine trying to return that? That's like a rocket. The sheer speed and power behind that serve are mind-boggling. On the women's side, the fastest serve belongs to Sabine Lisicki, who unleashed a 210 kilometers per hour, or 130.5 miles per hour, bomb. Her serve is a force to be reckoned with. These players are hitting the ball so hard it's a wonder the felt doesn't catch on fire. The speed and precision required are truly remarkable. Tennis, a game of love, strategy, and occasional regicide. From its royal origins to its modern-day marvels, tennis continues to captivate and inspire. So there you have it, folks. 10 mind-blowing tennis facts that'll make you the most interesting person at your next tennis party. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing sports content. And hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time, keep your eye on the ball, your head in the game, and remember, you cannot be serious